Hey, it's Owen from Owen Says Go. Today we are in the amazing Milford Sound. It is located at the southern end of New Zealand's South Island. Bit of a drive, probably a 4 or 5 hour drive from Queenstown, but it is well worth getting down here. And what we're going to do now is we're going to jump on a boat and go take a tour of the sound, and we're also going to check out the Underwater Observatory, which I've not done before, so I'm looking forward to that. Follow along and I'll show you around. Milford Sound on New Zealand's South Island has received a lot of accolades over the years. Rudyard Kipling called it the eighth wonder of the world. TripAdvisor named it the world's top travel destination in 2008. It's a World Heritage Site and it's New Zealand's most famous tourist destination, attracting up to 1 million visitors a year despite its remote location. Most tourists get to Milford on a bus from Queenstown and then jump onto a boat tour which generally lasts 2 to 3 hours. We visited in February of 2024, and while the views are incredible and the tourism operators there run a well-oiled machine, I couldn't help but compare the experience to what we saw when we visited in December of 2021, when COVID had greatly reduced international visitors to New Zealand. You can see the impact that COVID is having on tourism here. This is the bus station, which is normally filled with coaches, I'm sure. And today there are 2 buses and a couple of minibuses. And the buses that I have seen going past were mostly empty. Good, thank you. Hey.
Is he taking your little passes?
Yes. Hey. Found the best seat on the boat. Woo! Of course, regardless of the crowds, boarding a cruise into the Sound is a breathtaking experience, with sheer cliffs on both sides, dark water beneath you, and the chance to spot wildlife, including seals and penguins. The standard cruise travels the full length of the fjord, skirting the cliffs to afford views of the native forest, which cling to the rocks on a bed of moss, the trees' roots tangled together and helping to steady them despite the lack of soil. The cruise heads out to the open Tasman Sea at the fjord's mouth, where conditions can get rough depending on the weather, before heading back to the starting point at the wharf. Every cruise takes a pause at the Stirling Falls, one of 2 permanent falls in the Sound, which drop from 155 meters above into the ocean. The boats gently nudge into the path of the falls to give you the experience of the famous glacial facial, which, depending on how much rain has fallen in the previous hours, can be anything from a gentle drizzle to a full body soaking.
So we have our dark water, our calm water, and our constantly temperate water.
On our recent trip, we added an optional stop at the Milford Sound Observatory, a floating underwater observatory where you can disembark from the cruise and follow a staircase to 10 meters below the surface, where black coral, normally only found at depths of hundreds of meters, can be seen. These corals can live here thanks to the dark, tannin-stained waters and cold temperatures of the Sound. On our 2021 trip, we had planned to take an overnight cruise on the Milford Sound, but due to the limited number of tourists that year, we were lumped together with another cruise and sent further south to the Doubtful Sound, which is longer and deeper than Milford, but has less dramatic cliffs. Doubtful Sound can't be reached by road and is normally accessed via a boat across Lake Manapuri. This morning we are on our way to the Doubtful Sound for our overnight cruise. But first we got onto this boat in Manapuri. We're going across the lake, which is New Zealand's second deepest. And we're going to catch a bus on the other side. The bus will take us to Deep Harbour on the Sound, and from there we'll depart for our overnight cruise. So it should be a lot of fun. We've been lucky with the weather, it stopped raining, and we're having a lovely smooth cruise across the lake. Things are going well. Go.
What is it?
Next to our window.
So it can be quite a fast flowing river if it wants to be.
Wow, this boat is big. Yeah. Room tour. This is our room. It's either the cupboard or the toilet. No, it's the toilet. Neato. Got a whole bunch of things. It's hello, Whitney. Thank you.